Congressman Brian Babin lives in that district where the chemical plant is located. He was rescued yesterday from his home, which is flooded. He's joining us by phone. Congressman, thank you so much for your time today. Welcome.
Absolutely. Great to be with you. And let me clarify something. I was not rescued, okay?
Okay.
I was doing an interview with CNN, and he said, "What do you see?" I said, "I see lots of water." And I said, "As soon as it recedes, I'll be able to get out." And that's exactly what happened. We got a little respite from the rain. It dropped a little bit. I was able to get out and start visiting with my counties, my emergency folks, and so it was not an emergency whatsoever. There was no life-threatening situation at all. We've got folks across this district dealing with a lot worse. I can promise you that.
Well, we're glad you're safe and sound, but we know, as you mentioned, there are so many others in your district who are in life-and-death situations who may have lost everything. You've had some initial efforts in getting out and talking to folks. What are you seeing? How are things going?
Well, you had mentioned the Arkema situation down in Crosby, and we've been in contact with the company and the officials, and what I would say there is just heed the advice of our Harris County emergency people who are closely monitoring this situation. But Texas 36 is at the entire district, all 9 counties, have had up to 50 inches of rain, 24 to 50 inches of rain over every square inch of this place, and it's like a vast lake from Houston all the way to Louisiana. It is densely populated by people of all walks of life, socioeconomic situations, and most of these folks have seen hurricanes before, but most of these people have never been displaced before. We've never seen anything like this. I was born and raised in this district, Shannon, and I've seen a lot of hurricanes going back to the 50s, and have never seen one like Harvey. So we got a lot of work ahead of us. I can't be more proud of our first responders, the volunteers, our neighbors over in Louisiana and other states, and just some great people have come over to help us. And we now have an enormous job of cleaning up and rebuilding.
Yeah, and Congressman, it's been an incredible show to the world, the way that people have stepped up and helped complete strangers, young and old, as you said, of every background. People are out there helping to rescue and being rescued. It's a beautiful thing to see in the midst of all of these ugly, devastating images that have just been filling our screens all week long. You talk about the long process ahead. Where do you even begin? I know that you'll have to wait for these waters to recede. I mean, part of this is just natural things that have to happen, but how can you and others begin to help folks rebuild?
Well, that's a great question. my staff, most of whom here in the district, are flooded in their own homes. We've been working around the clock locally and on the federal level, and we've been using every means at our disposal to get reinforcements in. And we're going to be reinforced by Washington staff. We're going to have 4 of our D.C. staff come down and spread them out around these 4 counties to help people. And I've spoken with top White House budget official Mick Mulvaney with the Office of Management and Budget, as well as our own House leaders. I just spoke with Senator Ted Cruz just a few minutes ago about the federal response that's going to be necessary and the magnitude, absolute magnitude of what we're seeing on the ground across this 36th district. And in fact, from Corpus Christi all the way to Lake Charles, Louisiana, it's just an enormous geographical area and huge population centers, which is going to make this absolutely the most expensive and devastating weather event, I think, in American history.